Two Florida parents are both behind bars and charged with first-degree murder after bringing their 6-month-old daughter to the hospital already dead. According to the reports, hospital staff said when the child came into the emergency room, she was brought in by her parents and she had no pulse and she was unresponsive. And despite efforts trying to save her life, she was sadly pronounced dead. An x-ray showed the little girl had several fractured ribs and multiple bruises on her torso. The fractures and bruises were consistent with injuries typically seen in child neglect and child abuse cases. The child also had internal bleeding and large lacerations to her internal organs and blunt force trauma injuries. While questioning the parents, they said they had no idea what happened to her and they didn't know where her injuries came from because she was in good health and she didn't have any kind of medical conditions. The mother said, "I remember putting her in the bed with me and her dad, and the next morning I got up and left the house. I left both of them in the bed sleeping. And a few hours later, I got a text from her dad saying she wasn't breathing. So I stopped what I was doing and I went back to the house." The father told police, "I left the baby downstairs for about an hour and I went upstairs to go wash the dishes. And when I came back to check on her, she was acting different. So I reached out to her mom." Police said when we went to the home of the couple, it was a complete mess. It was holes in the wall. The refrigerator had dents in it. Neighbors told police the couple was very violent towards each other. And sometimes you would hear what sounded like somebody being thrown up against the wall. 6-month-old Nalani had a visit with her pediatrician 2 days before her death, and it was noted that she was underweight, but there was no evidence of bruising or broken bones. Listen to me. That last part, that don't make no sense to me. How is it that the hospital see fractures to the baby ribs, they see internal bleeding, they see broken bones, blunt force trauma? How they see all that and the pediatrician don't see nothing? The only thing he noticed is she underweight. He didn't see no bruises. He didn't notice no broken bones, no signs of internal bleeding. How is that possible? Look here, if the parents did this, they need to stay in jail. But if that pediatrician ain't doing his or her job, they need to be fired and go to jail too. Because you could have been the one to save this little girl. I don't believe all of those injuries happened in just a matter of 2 days. Either you ignored it when you seen it or you wasn't doing your job. And I don't see it no other way.